Let's get the link up. I'll play some music while we wait. I wish I could play just like full songs on here, but
yeah, it's nice that BBL is.
This was for the BBL awards. What other songs I got on here? I'm just gonna right here. All right, I'm getting the link posted right now. We got one person in here. If you're in here, make yourself known. Did you find your speaker?
You're making me turn off your sound machine. No, she is not. Nope. Okay, I'm back.
All right, I'm gonna play music.
Oh, you playing Minecraft? I like it, cut G.
All right. If you are in the chat, please make yourself known. Uh-oh. We've got Adam Hartley Sr. in the chat. Buddy, you do not want me to search the database. Oh, you left and then came back? I thought you were in. I thought you were in the whole time. It's all right. We still have 6
No,
minutes
it like
till we
turned
get kicked off.
sideways, so I had to like read. It wouldn't let me go back vertical.
Gotcha. Well, we're good now. We got 6 minutes till we get started. I posted it a little bit early. I sent, if you want to send a link to anybody, I sent you the link. So, and I posted it on Instagram. We have AJ in the chat right now.
Pops?
Yes, if you are in the chat, please make yourself known.
I'll send it to Anthony.
Yeah, get Anthony on. We might have to get Anthony on here. We start in 5.5 minutes. All right, who's in here? We've got 4 individuals in here at the moment. Please make yourself known. Ooh, Blaze, you got a mic.
I've had a mic, but it's not plugged in right now.
Oh. Oh, it looks good. It looks good. All right, we're giving a couple more minutes so people can come in, and then we'll get into the deep dive. We've been on the investigative trail for about a week now, Blaze and I, diving deep, finding some very interesting things within the files that we will share with you all tonight. But while we wait to dive in, just very quickly, pour one out for a player that I absolutely loved. Thought he was going to be a star for the Pistons, but the Pistons traded Jaden Ivey today. Really quick, I know this is
legend.
Yeah, the Purdue legend, Poison Ivy. We're not going to talk a whole lot of sports, but just really quick, I just have to say, if you are Piston fans listening, they traded Ivy for Kevin Huerter, Dario Saric, and some draft capital. My take on it, then Blaze, we'll get yours here in a second too, but my take on it, if this is getting more tradable contracts and picks to flip into a bigger piece, then I like it. If this is all they do at the deadline, I hate it. That's my take. We got to wait till Thursday to see.
I like Ivy a lot, but he's been hurt a lot, and it's okay to see him go.
I think that's fair.
That's my take. Yeah.
I think that's fair. So, and that's my take, right? Like he wasn't going to be on this team long term. So, but I just think you could have gotten a lot more for Jaden Ivey than Kevin Huerter and Dario Saric, which is why we got to see what happens. But all right, guys, we're starting in like 3 minutes. Aaron Adams, what up, homie? Hope you're doing well. Welcome to the chat.
I'm doing a Coors Banquet.
Ooh.
Oh.
No, you're good.
A Coors Banquet in the Worldwide Sign Systems koozie.
Love that. Shout out.
Yep.
Shout out Worldwide Signs. I am drinking. I've got some Wild Turkey aged bourbon.
Ooh.
This is a bourbon discussion tonight. So I have some bourbon as we dive into this.
I almost went to the barn for this one, but it's too cold to go. I wanted to barn it tonight, but
too cold. Yeah,
I couldn't.
I hear you.
I did pick up a nice piece this weekend for the barn.
Well, what was it?
We took down a sign in Fowlerville, Michigan called Lucky's Pub. It's a 7 foot by 7 foot sign. So I took off the pub. It's an LED or it's a neon pub sign. It's really cool. It's about probably 2.5 foot by 5 foot sign. So
I love that.
Yeah.
That's perfect barn.
Some light.
And just for the listeners, we will be doing these conspiracy pods will end up being in person. Once I'm back in Michigan, we'll go out to the barn. We'll get the mood set. We'll put the hoods up.
Yep.
We'll talk some conspiracy. So, all right, who we got? Who do we have in the chat? I want to know who we have here before we get started. But we got about a minute till we get started. Who is this? Who could this
Anthony Newman said he could give an opinion later.
Oh, perfect. Okay, perfect. I know the people are going to want.
Anthony, are you in the chat now?
Anthony, are you with us? Please make yourself known if you are in the chat. All right, I think it's a minute early, but let's just dive into it. Let's start. I am going to pull up, just so we have it at our disposal. We're going to pull up the library. We're going to dive in. Oh, no, I can't. Let's just get this out of the way. Let's just get this out of the way up front. This is what you're looking at. This is the on the DOJ website. This is the Epstein library. And I did a little exercise today as I was doing my research because Blaze and I have been diving in on this for about a week. We got some really interesting stuff to show you guys, but I did find my own name in the files, but I have to just come out and before people start asking questions, this is not me. This is another
Address
Adam
it before
Hartman.
it gets addressed.
Exactly. This is not me. This is another Adam Hartley. And I mean, let's pull up one of the email threads here so you guys can see. This is from 2011. I was going into my freshman year of high school. I was not a supervisor of the regulatory services team at Universal Weather and Aviation. So if people want to bring up my name, I promise you that is not me. And while we're here, we'll just confirm Big Mac does not show up. Now, does his pseudonym Big Mac Blaze show up?
Yeah, just Big Mac Blaze.
It does not.
That would have been wild.
So I just wanted to put that out there from the jump and address that head on. That is not me. I was not a regulatory weather officer back in 2011. I promise you guys. But if you guys are in the chat, let us know who's in the chat. Let's do a quick deep dive. Do we have anybody in the chat whose name pops up? And I know we've got Cam, we've got AJ, we've got Aaron, we got Ty. Anybody else in the chat that would like to see if their name
We can
pops
do it
up?
on a quick Anthony Newman search.
He's good. He's in the clear.
He's clean. All right, he's in the clear.
Ty's clear.
Not clear.
Cam, clear. AJ, we share a name. Unfortunately, you're in the same boat as me. So, all right, we are good. We are good on that front. Okay.
Hey, what about a Brad Doyle?
Yes, let's get these out of the way as we're going through. How about a Brad?
Okay, he's using a different name. Smart.
Maybe a
PP Sinks.
A chubby Doncic.
Chubby Doncic.
All right. I think we're good. If there's anybody in here who wants us to search another name, just make the request and we'll do it. Throw it in the chat. Okay. Here's how we're going to do this. Blaze and I, we've been doing some research, and listen, we just have some questions. We have some interesting things we have found. We have some questions. We're going to bring up the facts. You guys can decide what you think is happening there or not. We're maybe putting 2 and 2 together. Blaze, I have my sheet. We're going to go through my sheet, but I just kind of want to start with you.
Yep.
I know you have a couple things to bring to the table. Kick us off here.
The first thing I want to say is this is not a conspiracy pod at this point, because this is all factual things, which is wild when you go back and look at like what Alex Jones has been saying since like who knows how long. And like the wild things, they're like, no, they're not doing that. And then what's coming to light is like, this is no longer a conspiracy. This is like, we're unearthing horrors. Oh, this is a little horrors right here. So I just want to get that out there.
Yeah, that's a great point. That is a great point. Just very quickly. Yeah, this has been an ongoing thing for a long time. You were called insane for suggesting that these types of activities happened 10 years ago, and now it's being shown to us. It's publicly available for everybody to go check out. Everything that we're going to talk about is on the Department of Justice website. That's where we got it from. So, all right, keep going.
I was looking at pictures today. But the where we're going to dip our toes into conspiracy is kind of the haunting and the basically this is real life, like Illuminati confirmed, and kind of all like the little hints they've been dropping, the little breadcrumbs they've left over the years, and where people tie in and all this stuff. So that will be the more conspiracy side of it, but we will kind of talk about the realities of what has happened. We'll talk about Prince Andrews. There's some interesting things going on with him. Interesting things going on with I can't remember the name. I'll have to pull it up because I have it right here. She's no good, and she is not being talked about enough. Let me find her name. It is Nadia Marcinko.
An ex girlfriend.
Sure who she is.
She was like a girlfriend.
Something, but she's done. She's pretty evil. She's up there with Maxine, but just not as publicly viewed.
Okay.
So
Okay. Really
Okay.
quick, Blaze, before you hop in, I kind of want to set the table and just quickly go through like the facts that are known about Epstein. Because one of the things too, listen, this is not going to be a live podcast where we're diving in and talking about, we aren't going to talk about atrocities and things that happen to girls and like dive into like too deep
Yeah.
on kind of that side of it, but more of relationships, the power Epstein had, what was going on behind the scenes. That's going to be
family
that's going to
tree
be
of
more of the
everything.
focus. Yes, and so I just want to make sure that's it, so people know like we're not going to be talking about, hey, read this testimony of what this girl said. It's going to be more like, hey, Epstein had this power and talked to
Right.
this person, and how was he able to do this and that, and look who claimed they didn't know Epstein, but they're actually doing business deals with him behind closed doors. So that is going to be kind of more of the focus. But go ahead, Blaze. I know you have some interesting things that you want to bring up, some relationships and stuff.
Yeah, well, the main thing that I kind of want to talk about is the web and connections that Epstein has through all of this. I don't know. I don't want to jump ahead of what we want to talk about, but I actually don't think Epstein is as guilty as we think he is, which he's extremely guilty. But he can't fabricate all these things. Doe at the front door. Neighbor, my Ring app just said there's a doe at the front door. Hold up,
Get the bow out.
that's weird.
Get the bow out.
Yeah, seriously. Yeah, I don't see anything. That was weird. Maybe it saw my dog.
Probably.
Anyways,
Yeah, Blaze just got a new dog. That's the size of it.
Tomatoes.
So
And she's stomping around upstairs. But for one man, a financier from New York, to be with Prince Andrews and the Clintons and all these people, he's not the only one behind. I don't think he's the mastermind behind all this. I think he is a possible Israeli spy, is where I'm going.
yeah, and I think I have some things that we can pull from the files that can confirm that. And I think, again, I'm probably going to keep saying this just to make sure that we're good, but this is stuff that we're pulling from the Department of Justice website, and we're just forming our own opinion on this.
Yeah, we're
Some of this
not
stuff
throwing accusations around.
Exactly. But yeah, I think you make a good point though. As we go through this, you'll see, how does this man without a college education,
Who's a teacher?
who's a teacher, who
former
doesn't
teacher.
come from much, how does he get to the point where he is so powerful that he can set meetings in a 2-hour notice with world leaders? It doesn't make any sense. And I think he was absolutely an intelligence asset, probably for the Israelis, probably also for the CIA and others. And we'll go through some of those relationships.
Israel.
Can I start it off with a really interesting story before I push it back over to you about his teaching career? Okay. So this is just so wild to me. And I want to know, like, what are the odds we bet a lot on the podcast. What are the odds and what would the betting odds of something this coincidental happening being just a coincidence, right? Like, what are the odds of this? So I'm going to run you through. Jeffrey Epstein, about 21 years old, and he gets hired at the Dalton School to teach math. He doesn't have a college degree. He, didn't go to college. Maybe he's the smartest guy of all time. I don't know. But he doesn't have a college degree, and he gets hired at the Dalton School in New York. This is a private school. Costs a lot of money to send your kids to this school. So you have to have some type of, you would think you need to have some type of resume acumen to be able to teach there. So that's the first job he gets. The man that hired him was named Donald Barr. Okay. Keep that name in the back of your mind. Donald Barr hired him, was the leader, principal of this school, made that decision to hire Jeffrey Epstein to teach math. Donald Barr in his free time would write fantasy novels. And one of his fantasy novels, the storyline is about this like class of elites and rich people that got so rich that they started abducting the lower level individuals and torturing them and sacrifices and like turning them into sex slaves and weird shit. Okay. He publishes this book while he's at the Dalton School or shortly after. His name's Donald Barr. Jeffrey Epstein ends up getting fired from Dalton, goes over to Bear Stearns. Donald Barr helps him set up that job at Bear Stearns where he goes into finance. And then from there, that's where his career takes off, right? He gets into tax evasion and helping people move money offshores, all that stuff. Okay, fast forward, Donald Trump's first term as president. Jeffrey Epstein gets arrested and ultimately kills himself in prison. The attorney general overseeing the investigation into Jeffrey Epstein's death, A.G. Barr, the son of Donald Barr, who hired Epstein at the Dalton School and wrote those books. What are the odds?
I didn't know that.
What are the odds of that happening? Is that a coincidence?
That is wild.
In chat, if you're here in chat, I would love to know, what do you think the betting odds on something like that being a coincidence is?
Right. That's like, do you know the book about the time traveler and his name, and it's an old book, and the kid who's a time traveler, his name's Baron Trump.
Yes, I do know
about that. There's a whole book about this. Yeah, it's kind of like the same weird thing. But what was I gonna say? Oh, I'm not the one to say like there's a joke forever like Jeffrey Epstein didn't kill himself. It's the same thing as like jet fuel doesn't melt steel beams, whatever. I kind of read in some stories from these nurses and then what you brought up. And I've really thought about today at work. I'm like, there's no way he killed himself, which is easy to say because like, oh, there's missing footage, everything. But the answer is so obvious that now that you see the people who are involved in all this, it's like, yeah, they're obviously going to break him out and take him somewhere else. It's not hard.
For sure.
So they take him to the hospital, they switch out the bodies, and then they go kill another guy. Like, he's 100% alive. He's somewhere, who knows where, but there's a million places they could hide him.
He knew too much, 100%. And he
knew everything.
He either is alive somewhere and they figured out a way to fake his death, or they really did kill him. But I agree with you. I think there's about a 0% chance that he killed himself.
I don't think they did, because I don't
care what Kash Patel says. I don't believe you, Kash Patel, that he 100% killed himself.
Yeah, I don't know. But my thinking is like, they're like, well, if their thinking is either we actually kill him or we fake his death and we take him somewhere else to like, oh, he's dead, and maybe everyone will forget about it. But obviously, and who knows if it has to do with Donald Trump getting back in office and all this stuff, and maybe they thought they were in the clear when Biden got in, or who knows. But yeah, I think he's alive. And they're probably like, we are effed now. Like, I think they lost when Trump got into office, and we'll get into that because I got stuff to say about that too.
All right, you kick it off. I know you have some pieces that you want to share with us. So what was like an interesting piece that people should look at that you found going through the files, and then like I said, I have a whole sheet that we can run through this stuff. We'll do that in a second too, but give us an interesting tidbit that you've come across.
The one thing that's really I want to chew on and I want to know what they're talking about is there's been so much talk about Pizzagate and pizza and all this stuff, and then you actually start seeing the emails and they're talking about pizza, and then you start seeing the interviews of like Jennifer Aniston and Adam Sandler and how much these A-list celebrities are talking about these pizza parties and how great people's pizza parties are and all this stuff, and it's like, is weird, you know. And then you start seeing, they're like, what could this mystery pizza word be referencing to? And it's a really, obviously, really sinister thing. But there were so many references of even when Obama was in office and he ordered like $48,000 worth of pizza for a party or something, and it was like the pizza thing is just, there's nothing to like talk about yet.
Yeah. So, okay. We're going to go to my sheet because you brought it up and I have some really interesting things that I want to go through.
We should
that I
look up
want.
pizza too at some point.
Yeah. Oh, I have it. I have it for you.
Oh,
Cameron says
perfect.
Cash Patel lied to us in a Lululemon soft jersey pullover hoodie, sized medium. Yeah. He probably sized small. It might be
I
sized
thought he was a
extra
large.
small. Yeah, I don't think so.
Great call.
Okay, let's go to the section here. So guys, I know I'm a loser. I'm a little bit of a nerd. I've been putting together this sheet
Lululemon
for a while now. And I want to go to some of the stuff that Blaze is talking about. So weird food references. Okay. So I caught this and we're going to go through kind of file by file here and we're going to go quick, but just tell me this isn't weird. All right. So we come over here. Here's an email that Jeffrey Epstein got back in 2018. This is better than a Chinese cookie. Let's go for pizza and grape soda again. No one else can understand. Go no. Now, I want you guys to pay attention to go no. It's spelled wrong without a W, I'm guessing. I don't know what they mean by that, but it's kind of weird, right?
There's
It's
a
better
lot
than
of
Chinese
spelling
cookie.
errors I noticed in these emails.
Ton of spelling errors. Yeah, a ton of spelling errors. So, okay. So keep that in mind. We're going to now come over to some more conversation. This is with the same guy. And also I want to say the guy that he is chatting with, his name is Harry Fish. He is a urologist.
Yeah, that's a name.
Okay. He's a urologist in New York City. And he deals with older men who
Chunky.
have ED and things like that. So that's what this guy does for a living.
ED.
He emails Jeffrey Epstein again on another date and says, and this is also in 2018, holy shit, Chunky, I forgot about that. What time do you want to get pizza and grape soda tomorrow? What's up with this pizza and grape soda pairing?
Yeah.
All right, let's keep going.
I mean, I can tell you.
Let's keep going. Here are some texts between Epstein and Harry Fish. I've gone through this. A lot of this isn't super important, so we'll skip to the important parts. Okay. He calls in a prescription for Epstein and then says, after you use them, wash your hands and let's go get pizza and grape soda. What is up? What is pizza and grape soda? Okay, here's some pictures. There's Harry Fish right there. Some more pictures, blah, blah, blah. There's some pictures of food. I don't know. Listen, it's very possible this guy's just chubby and he likes food. That's a possibility here.
Right.
Okay, let's keep running through. Did you get the chicken parm? They only had veal. Did you have it? No, I'm a chicken guy.
Those seem like actual reasonable messages.
Yeah, they might be.
Let's keep going. Did you get the parm? I've asked that.
They talk about a lot of food. Let's keep going. All right, here's another set of text messages. We're still in 2018. We're in early 2018 at this point. They're talking about more food. Okay, this seems fine, but they're talking about more food. Epstein says, did you have good luck. Oh, some of these are crazy. All right, we're gonna keep going. Picture of the toilet. I don't know what that means. Okay. This is a test. What's the name of this cookie? Epstein says, I only remember what the chocolate tasted like. Harry says, answer is Chinese cookie. Okay. A second reference back to a Chinese cookie. Sends some more photos. I don't know what he's talking about. Epstein says Chinese cookie. He continues to send photos of food and Chinese cookies. And then he says, pizza and grape soda. Nuff said. Epstein replies, go no. Spelled the exact same way as the way this Harry Fish sent an email to Epstein about it. Misspelled. Is it go no without the W? And what the hell does pizza and grape soda mean? You probably think I'm done. I'm not.
Well,
I'm not done. There's more.
he ain't done.
Harry Fish and Jeffrey Epstein again. Can you bring Howard Stern to dinner? I don't know him well enough. Okay, lunch today? Can't.
I
Continue
hate
to
Howard
talk.
Stern so much.
Can't stand him. Epstein, the best. Thanks for a great dinner. The fish head was what I needed. Chicken parm would have been good too. Oh, one more thing. Chunky. What does chunky mean? This is like the third time they're referencing the word chunky in all caps. What does that mean? Here's a cherry Pop-Tart from Greenberg. I don't know who Sultan is, but he wants to replace his bionic wee with new
Sultan.
Swiss cheese version, wants a different surgeon.
Oh.
I don't know what's going on there. Cool. Shout out Epstein.
There's that
Nice
word
spot
again. Goyim.
There it is again. Then Harry Fish. Pizza and grape soda tomorrow for lunch. Do normal human beings go get pizza and pair it with grape soda? Is that like a normal thing that human beings do? And why are they talking about it so much?
But they don't keep. I won't text you ever at the exact. I would say let's go get pizza and a beer.
Yeah, how about
But I wouldn't
pizza?
say it 3 times.
Pizza and grape soda. All right, this is the last one, and then we're gonna stop for a second, I promise. But I've got some more. These are all text messages on the DOJ website between Harry Fish and Jeffrey Epstein. How many blocks did you walk yesterday? Same as usual. Let's see tomorrow. Okay, blah, blah, blah. Some doctor talk.
Yeah.
Let's keep going down here. More Pop-Tart references and Pop-Tart photos. Let's go ASAP, June 4th. Okay. First, we get a slice of pizza with grape soda. This is like the 7th time this has come up in the text messages.
Yeah.
You're either clinically insane for eating pizza with grape soda, or this means something that isn't pizza and grape soda. That's the only thing that I can come up with. And then guess what? Harry Fish, he couldn't wait. He went and got himself pizza, grapes, a crushed grape soda. He did a photo.
Yeah.
And Epstein says traitor. So, all right, I'm gonna stop sharing for a second. That's weird.
Yeah, very weird.
No,
especially with your doctor. No, it's weird.
We got Evil Wizard in the chat. He says it's bad. It's bad. Thanks for being here with us.
It's bad.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean,
here's my thing.
You can draw conclusions to what it means.
Yeah, we don't know what it means, but like, I'm not crazy, right? That is weird. That is not a normal string of text messages and conversation.
Yeah.
Who is talking about pizza and grape soda that much? And then what's probably the weirdest thing about those conversations to me? Harry Fish says to Jeffrey Epstein, "Go KNO." I don't know what that means, but he says "Go KNO,"
right?
And spell, if he's saying, I don't know what that means. Then Epstein says it back to him months later. So that has to also mean something to the two of those guys.
Right.
It's weird.
It's weird that what I'm sure you've in the other more horrific emails that we obviously aren't going to go over, but how openly they talked about certain things, like how graphic they were in their wording, that these people must have just assumed they were invincible. Because how could you not be when who's going to get you in trouble? The former president, the most powerful people in the world, like who's going to get you in trouble? I think they just assumed that they were invincible, and it was probably felt so good to be able to type out and send a message referring to what they're talking about. And that's why they just keep saying it over and over and over again.
100%.
That's my theory.
Yeah. No, 100%. When you have all world leaders attempting to appease you and they want to be your friend and they want to be connected to you, you have more than likely blackmail on them. Yeah. What are they going to do? Who's going to come after you? And look,
my way of.
Go ahead.
Go ahead. You go ahead.
All right, I'll finish this way, but I'll just say, look at Epstein's case in Florida back in 2006. They had him They had
Right.
enough evidence to put him away until he rotted and died. But he was able to get a plea deal because his lawyer point blank said, hey, you need to go easy on him. He's an intelligence asset. Like, that is
Right.
true. And we actually
he,
find in the files that it's his lawyer, Alan Dershowitz, that tells Alex Acosta he is an intelligence asset. You need to go light on him. He ends up getting, essentially, he had to spend the night in prison Monday through Friday. That was it. That's how he was able to get out. So, yeah, I mean, he's a powerful
I knew
dude.
that. Yeah.
He was an intelligence asset, very clearly. And he has a lot of intelligence connections, which direction do we want to go from here? Do we want to go some of the weird conversations that he's had? Do we want to go into some of his intelligence ties? Where would you like to take this? Where would chat like us to take this? What are you guys interested about? Because I probably have on my sheet, I probably have some documentation to go towards what you guys are interested in hearing about. So, chat, what do you guys want to know? And Blaze, which direction do you think we should take it?
There's a couple things that I found interesting. Well, one, I think this whole thing is they were so blatant in how they spoke. I think it's just cut and dry. Like, there's no like, well, it could mean this. I think exactly what you think it means is what it means. And I think he was a spy. I think this is basically the Illuminati. He was he was probably so evil that he's like, I don't have friends. I don't make friends. These people aren't my friends. I'll turn my back on every single one of them, collect all this evidence on them. Like, he has no loyalty to anybody. So, I don't know. I have so many, there's a lot of ways we can go, and I'll remember certain things, like, wherever
All right,
we go.
let's keep going. Let's use my sheet as a guide here. I have a million things that we can talk about here. So,
yeah,
and
guide me.
shout out Donovan in the chat. Jeremy Fears is on the list. Fraud. Shout out Donovan. He should be after that damn game last week. Foul baiter. All right, let's go back to my sheet. Let's go through my sheet a little bit here. I've got some interesting things. And if anything you think pertains, jumps out, you know what I want to cover really quickly, just because I personally find it really interesting, is this time travel stuff that Epstein's talking about. Okay, so we're gonna spend 30 seconds on this, but this stuff is like blowing my mind. Okay, so in 2011, an email went from Martin Nowak to a gentleman named Seth Lloyd and Jeffrey Epstein. Obviously, you know who Epstein is. Seth Lloyd is a quantum professor at MIT and had some research that was funded by Jeffrey Epstein. Martin Nowak is a mathematician and biology professor at Harvard. Also a lot of research funded by Jeffrey Epstein. In 2011, Martin Nowak sends this email. Seth, we should explore the biological consequences of time travel. It would be amusing to calculate the rate of evolution of a population or a mutant. What the hell does that mean? That can travel in time. M. And I'm not going to click on it, but the link's there. Yeah, that is exactly what the email says. Fast forward 6 years. Martin Nowak emails Jeffrey Epstein 2 words. Time travel. That is weird. Okay, there are multiple books, articles. There's a lot within the Epstein files of things that he had in his possession regarding consciousness, time travel, stuff like that. And then he's got multiple meetings with Martin Nowak and people like the Seth Lloyd guy, Michael Hopkins, who's high up at the Space Force. He's a mathematician. A lot of meetings with these guys. And then we're not going to go into all of this. I'll just summarize it because I don't know if people are as interested in the time travel stuff as me. It's like blowing my mind. But conversations with lead scientists on consciousness and what consciousness really is and where it goes when we die. Just weird conversations. And then this one is very interesting because it's somebody sharing a link to research that they did where scientists were able to successfully teleport energy from one point to another. Like within like teleportation. They basically proved out that you can teleport energy from one point to another. So Blaze, are you as interested in this as me? Is this not super weird?
Well, it is very weird. The one thing that I think about is there has to be one reason or a theme of why all these people have committed these heinous acts. And I think it boils down to basically either living forever, reverse aging, something like that. And time travel kind of falls in that. And again, it's like, what business does a financier from New York have with a mathematician was it from Harvard? Yeah. And a bio, like, why are all these people in talking with each other? There has to be something they're all after. Why did Elon Musk want to be a part of it so much? Why was Prince Andrews a part of it? Why was Michael Jackson a part of it? Why are these guys? Why is what's the guy? Stephen Hawking. Different quality,
Dude.
like word. What's the word?
The Stephen
You know what
Hawking
I'm saying?
stuff is
All right, go ahead.
is
Sorry.
no, it's not funny, and I'm not laughing at that. I'm just saying you make a great point. Why the hell was Stephen Hawking on the island? Why the hell was Jeffrey
Yeah, what
Epstein
does
and
he
Stephen
like? Why
Hawking
does
such
he
close
care?
friends? How do they get linked up?
Why
And
does
I
Michael
think
Jackson need to be there?
I think you make a great point, right? Is that I think too many people are focusing in, and they think of Jeffrey Epstein as just this perverted pedophile. But the reality of the situation is no, he was one of, if
Yeah.
not the most powerful human beings on planet Earth. And then the question begs, why? It doesn't. Why?
Hey,
He
Dan.
didn't go to
Dan
college.
wants to hop in.
All right, tell him. Text me his email address. We'll get him in. Text me his email address right now. I'll get him
Dan, text me your email address.
in.
Adam,
Dan,
what do you know about adrenochrome?
I know. Are we
Okay,
we
we don't
already
have to go
getting
down
deep
that
into
rabbit
that?
hole.
Are we
But,
getting into that rabbit hole? We can.
I just want to know if you were aware of it, and if permitted, that's what I think it boils down to is adrenochrome. So
I'm very aware, and you can find a lot of stuff like that on the files. While we wait, I want to go to a really interesting story. I might have found something. Okay. I might have found something, and I want to know if people
Okay.
agree if this is weird or not. While we're waiting
Oh
for
wait, can I
Dan to
just send
join.
him the email, or does it have to come from you?
I think it's got to come from me. So text
hear
it
me?
over to me.
Okay.
Yeah. Text it over to me. Okay. Is Bill Gates stuff. All right. And here's where we're going to start.
Right.
While we're getting this going, this is where we're going to start. Okay. And I got it up on the screen right now for you guys. This is Jeffrey Epstein. He emailed this to himself. Okay. So I don't know if this ever made it to Bill Gates, but he emailed it to himself, and it's him quitting from being a part of the Gates Foundation. Okay.
Wait, who's quitting? Sorry, I was texting.
Nope, you are good. It is
Epstein's quitting. Oh, to himself.
Epstein.
Yes.
Yeah. Epstein sent an email to himself quitting from his work at the Gates Foundation. Okay. That's what this email is. I want you guys, if you can read it, but I'm going to highlight, I'm going to let you guys read it really quick, but then I'm going to highlight, and we're going to focus in on a specific section of this because it is weird. And then I have something else regarding Bill Gates, which I find extremely interesting. So, all right, let's get Dan in here. I just sent Dan the invite. We are good. All right, let's get back to our sheet. Okay. Here we go. All right. So he basically, clearly, this is 2013. He clearly had a falling out with Bill Gates. In this email, he goes off on Bill Gates. He's pissed at Bill Gates. Melinda Gates did not like Bill talking to Jeffrey Epstein, knew what was going on, had an issue with it. Let's read this section. To add insult to the injury, you then subsequently, with tears in your eyes, implore me to please delete the emails regarding your STD. Your request that I provide you antibiotics that you can surreptitiously give to Melinda and the description of your penis. You also made it clear to me that I am not to refer to redacted, as that is another topic that you must remain between the two of us. He just said that Bill Gates got an STD, then asked Jeffrey Epstein to get meds for said STD so Bill can sneak them to Melinda, who probably now has said STD from Bill. That's wild. What I want to know is what's redacted here. I am not to refer to redacted, as that is another topic that must remain between the two of us.
It's got to be someone's name.
Okay. Now, do you want to see something that's super weird to me? Do you guys want to see something that is super weird to me? Okay. This is an email from Jeffrey Epstein. This is an email from Jeffrey Epstein to Boris Nikolic. It's in 2013. It's the same time that Epstein is leaving the Gates Foundation. Boris used to be involved with the Gates Foundation. Dear Bill, it is with a great deal of mixed emotion that I write to you to tell you that I've decided I should transition to the private sector. My time with you and Melinda has been a great learning experience. I hope to be able to finish my responsibilities with the foundation no later than January 1 and to begin to explore the for-profit world. So, all right, let's take a look at this really quick. This is super weird. This is to some guy named Boris, but he's addressing it to a Bill. Refers to you and Melinda. This sounds like this is to Bill Gates, doesn't it?
Bill Clinton. Or Bill Gates.
Bill Gates, right? Because Bill's married to Melinda, and this is about the foundation. Okay. Boris Nikolic used to be a Serbian fashion designer. This email was sent in 2013. Boris Nikolic died in 2008.
What?
That's weird. No?
That's a weird one.
No?
Is that
not super interesting? This is an email that seems to be addressed to Bill Gates, but it's sent to a guy named Boris in the year of 2013. He died in 2008.
Right. And so who is Boris? You know? That's
who's on the other side of that email.
We'll never get an answer for.
Yeah. Who is on the other side of that email communication?
Does maybe Epstein have I would think that Epstein wrote this and is also sending it to himself, possibly. How did Boris die? Let's look at that.
Right. That's what I mean. And I don't know. I haven't dove deep enough into see how Boris died. But Boris was a Serbian fashion designer, and he is dead. He is 5 years dead at the point in time that Epstein sends him this email, which is clearly written to Bill Gates.
Right.
So we're just asking questions.
Chat.
Yeah.
What's the chat think?
Chat, what do you guys think?
Where's Sharp's at?
Which direction do you want us to go? Is this even entertaining? Are you guys finding this as crazy as I'm finding this? Or am I crazy?
No, that one's a weird one.
Super weird to me. That one is super duper weird to me. So, okay, if we want to just do for fun and just continue to look at things, let's just continue to look at things. I thought this was interesting. David Grossoff. I need to do some research on who that guy is. I knew him. I forgot. This is an email he sent to Epstein in 2017. This is after WikiLeaks and the Podesta emails got leaked, the Clinton emails got leaked, all of that stuff. Down here, he says he has carefully monitored the web for articles about you. I have a reason to think that those will persist indefinitely. I wonder why, David. I would be remiss as your friend, David, if I did not encourage you to be as diligent and smart as possible in using tools like Signal. a two-factor, multi-factor authentication, taking webmail archives off the web onto your own secure, privately maintained archive or deleted, unlike Podesta and other measures. So this David Grossoff guy is telling Jeffrey Epstein, buddy, you better move over to Signal for your communication because things can happen. Hackers exist.
Right.
Who's David Grossoff? Why are you sending that email to Jeff Epstein?
Right. I'm here. I can't believe with like how many people are involved with this that they were just like, let's just email each other.
Well, here's the
Like
thing.
people like people get what's it called? Audited all the time. It's
Right.
like
I
that's probably
think
what happened with Hillary Clinton, why she freaked out.
right. I think that they didn't realize how easy it was to hack and how easy it was to access things. And I'm sure after the year, 2018, 2019, they moved to better forms of communication. A lot of this stuff is from like the 2010s.
Yeah.
Right? Where I think they really thought this was
Yeah.
private and that they were good. But so Cam Hartley PF5EV says that it's obviously Gates using a spoof email. It could be. It very well could be. I'm just saying, isn't that a little odd? Isn't that a little weird? So if it is Gates using a spoof email, he's using the spoof email of a guy who died 5 years ago in his name. It's weird.
Yeah, it's weird.
All right, let's keep pushing. I got
Bill,
more.
Yeah, keep pushing. I'm wondering where Dan's at. He might be like signing up, but he's been on the podcast before, so
he has.
I don't know why they just block out like whole emails and then they release everything. On that. That's what I say. Except for people's faces. I get blurring out the victims' faces, but
for sure. But they're blocking out
things
they're blocking out are it freaks me out. So, okay. Guys, this one's wild. This one is wild. So buckle up. And I also want to just throw this out there. This could be an insane person. None of this could be real.
He said he never got the email.
But it's wild. I copy and pasted. It's right here. D Charbonneau. I won't say his whole email on live stream, but I'll send it. I'm going to send it again.
Check your junk.
Okay. Back to this email. So this email, I'm going to summarize it, kind of who it's from and who it's to before we dive into it. But this is from a Silicon Valley executive. He clearly, I think, was involved with a company called Estimote. And it sounds like maybe the individuals at Estimote would like to push him out. And he's not going to let that happen. So let's go ahead and let's read through this email. So agent so-and-so, see below, in case nobody else has sent this to you yet, another email came through to my Gmail. So I think these are FBI emails because we're referring to somebody as agent something. I don't know. Maybe it's New York police. It could be a lot of different things. Okay. So here's the email. Attention, everyone below. This is from December 21st of 2020. He's resending it because in case people haven't received it. Now that you know who you are dealing with, U.S. military, I wanted to resend this over because you see, well, quantum. Please interrupt your pre-Christmas festivities this great December 21st day of rebirth for us and destruction for many others and prepare for what is ahead of you in 2021. Okay, he adds 2 new people and he calls them by name. This person is complicit.
COVID reference.
Oh, yeah. This person is complicit in crimes and has been expecting this email for 4 years since he warned him in October 2016. And because when Japan unifies under common law, okay, I don't know what that means. This person, sometimes those perceived to be the highest have to fall the hardest for the world to learn. You realize how much activity is tied to you and YC? Who is YC? I don't know. That is already captured by us. Who are they? I don't know. We put you back there last year for good reason. Good job with the treasonous acts, abetting criminals, and paying people to do harm to me. All will come out in military court. Treason against the United States, blah, blah, blah. Okay, let's get down to where it gets very interesting. The CEO of Google is on this email chain, all right? This guy's got words for them. I was going to take it. There's Sharbs. Sharbs, welcome in. Real quick.
Hey,
We're going to
there
do
he
a
is.
welcome to Sharbs, and then we're going to dive in on this.
Hey guys, appreciate you having me back on. Love the YouTube channel, the pod. So heard you guys were talking about this. Thought I could share a few insights.
Absolutely. So you're coming in the middle of a very interesting email that I came across on the DOJ website with the Epstein Files. So, okay. This is so long. It's 9 pages. I'm going to try to hit the high level parts and then we can discuss it. So this guy is going crazy. He sends this email to the CEO of Google, all these different venture partners. Estimote shows up again. That's why I'm thinking he works for Estimote. All right. What I would suggest is this: to be cooperative as this unfolds, change your. Okay, he's talking about stupid stuff. We're going after the really high level people in Silicon Valley, not wannabes. If you need anything else or have any leads, you want to pass me the folks in the military in charge under the president, you can send them to so-and-so. Again, you're a really stupid version of the worthless MFers I'm dealing with. Catching you only took a few dozen emails, some payments, and no calls. So basically, this guy's right now talking about he's setting up somebody. All right, I don't know. I'm going to try to get to the into the important stuff. By the way, what's the chance your laser guy from California is from the 516? Get your shit together if you're going to help us. Our quantum technology are 3 million times more sophisticated than the occult Illuminati shit you did with Redacted in June 22nd to change your phone number to some laser part. Oh yeah. Illuminati comes up quite a few times in this email chain. Okay, let's keep going. Copying so-and-so who's a sick, twisted excuse for an actor. So here's an actress who got herself in deep shit badly with criminals and because she'll struggle. Okay. What is this email about? All right, this is where we get into stuff. So he was terminated illegally at this company. Talking about, I don't know, criminal activity. Because many of your Silicon Valley criminal ring accomplices already attempted to use your looking glass shit with, and then he names a bunch of people they redact, which sucks. And don't download any child in the meantime because that's being tracked. When you go through the attachments here, do you really think we don't have mountains of other timestamps with your sick, twisted occult behavior? I mean, come on. They're talking about a fake laser parlay person. Parlor person. What is a laser parlor?
Hair removal? I don't know.
I have no idea. So, all right. This is so long. I'm trying to get through. There is a part here where he goes into and he claims time travel exists. He claims Joe Biden died in 2019 and Joe Biden, the president, was not actually Joe Biden. He refers to a new world order, one that allows people to not be afraid of the truth. I don't know what that means. This man goes on a rampage, and instead of going through all 9 pages here, I'm just kind of scrolling through quick. I can send this out to people, the link, if people care about it. But this is a wild email that references time travel, references the Illuminati, cults, the New World Order, and it all comes out of Silicon Valley. And the CEO of Google is on that email chain.
Yeah. Biden dead, COVID fake, time travel exists, devil cults.
Yeah, that was my
All right,
notes
Dan.
from that article. Dan, what are your thoughts? Quick thoughts on that article.
Yeah, I mean, it's all just crazy. The amount of things that they know that the rest of the population just has no idea about, and the way they're using all of this to just pretty much just blackmail each other. And then at the bottom line, I think it boils down to that. What Blaze kind of ended it with is the whole cult thing. I think they're all part of this big elite cult thing, doing some weird and perverse stuff. And I don't know, it's coming home. The rooster's coming home to roost, as people like to say.
Dan, were you listening earlier when we were talking about the time travel stuff?
Yeah.
Do you think they've cracked it?
I I kind of do think they cracked a little bit. I don't know. There's a lot of weird coincidences that happen, and I don't know. But you would also think that more stuff would change if they did crack it. But again, I don't know the thermal laws of
Maybe they're
physics
too
and
scared to actually time travel themselves.
potentially. But I mean, this could also be
You know?
about all the all that like those TikTok aircrafts that we see flying around. They are saying those are aliens, but how do we not know that's just the U.S. government's dark programs that are using all this advanced technology that we have
It
no idea about?
probably right. Well, Dan, what do you think when obviously the reason, if we're throwing out names, all these A-list celebrities and tech giants, what's the reason they're all doing this? There has to be something. It's not because they're all freaky deaky and want to have relations with whatever. Why? What do you think it is? Are they like? Do you think I'm on par with the adrenochrome, living forever, immunity type, or what?
I mean, I definitely do think you are, and I mean, you think about um, what's the most pure thing, that that that's a human that's been created by God. I mean, it's a child. So, the term making a deal with the devil or selling your soul isn't just around for a reason. I think if you do these
Right.
crazy, disgusting things, you might get something back in return. But then, like I said,
Well, but they're already rich and famous and successful. But what's the one thing that money can't buy?
you're
Time.
More
yeah, time.
time. Yeah, that's why they're doing it. Why? What does an A-list male actor who's handsome? He can get any girl he wants. He flies private and gets all the fancy dinners and is friends with everybody. Why would someone come to him and be like, "Hey, you want to come to an island and do these horrific, terrible things to children?" He's like, "No." But it's like, well, do you want to live forever, or do you want to live another 50 years? That's
You
what
want
I'm
to go
trying to
back
get
to
to.
1960?
The only thing I
Bring it
get
back.
confused about with that is that
I'll be back.
I mean,
Keep going.
yeah, the only thing I get confused about that with like Adam is, I mean, some of these people they're still aging pretty quickly. So if they are
Oh,
doing it, it doesn't seem to be
Hillary
working
Clinton's
that
been
well.
chopped. Sorry, I don't know. I was just saying, yeah, Hillary Clinton's been chopped for a while.
Oh, 100%. 100%. That's what I'm saying. I mean, I don't, something's not working in the formula that they're using. So I don't know what they're trying to go after at that point. I mean, you look at all those big A-list celebrities, they're still getting older. And it doesn't seem like, yeah, I mean, all the money they can reconfigure their face with plastic surgery, end up looking worse, but
Okay.
something's not working.
I got a question for you. So this is something Blaze and I were talking about earlier. Virgos, welcome to the chat. What up, homie? Admiral Byrd himself is in the chat. He's a time traveler from the 1940s. He's back and he's in the BBL chat. So Virgo says Epstein was an Israeli spy. I think it's pretty safe to assume that Epstein was working with Mossad. You go through his connections to Ehud Barak, the former prime minister of Israel. You start going through the emails and his ties to people in Israel and the cause of Israel. So I think, yeah, it's pretty obvious that he was tied in there. I am a person that believes he wasn't just tied to Mossad. I think he was tied to Mossad, the CIA, MI6, potentially the KGB. There's some evidence of that in the files. Do you think he was loyal to one specific intelligence service, or do you think he was shopped around and he worked with pretty much every intelligence service in the world?
I think you're right. You're right on
I think
the nail with that one. I think he was shopped around and worked with everyone, wherever he could make the most money. That's what I think. More power for him if he was in with different organizations. He had one overs on every single one of them.
We are going to look at, I want to bring
I
something
wanted
up
to
really
bring up
quick.
that whoops thing, Adam.
The whoops. Okay. I'm going to show one thing before we get to the
I was
whoops.
curious. Yeah.
Okay. So I want to show this is an FBI document. And some people might know this. Maybe some people, maybe some people don't. But I just want to bring this up really quick. So I believe it's down here at the bottom. Let me make sure that I have the right spot here. I'm going to lose my spot. Where is it at? Son of a gun. Okay. This is talking about Robert Maxwell. Okay. So that is, so to kind of paint the picture, Jeffrey Epstein was dating Ghislaine Maxwell. She was a part of the operation, recruiting girls. She was deep into it. Her father, Robert Maxwell, is one of the most well-known Mossad agents of all time. He worked for Mossad. He worked with a couple different intelligence agencies, but mainly Mossad. This file, I don't feel like reading through it. The list, the chat doesn't want to see me kind of read through this. But what this is an FBI document, just so everybody can see. Unclassified reporting document from the Federal Bureau of Investigation. So this is real. This document talks about Robert Maxwell being $400 million in debt and essentially blackmailing Mossad to pay off his debt, or he would share nuclear secrets, Israel nuclear secrets. Okay. And then he ends up dead. He ends up pushed off of his yacht in Europe and dies. And they say it was an accident. It very clearly wasn't an accident. So he's blackmailing Mossad. Right. He ends up dead. He ends up off his boat. That's very interesting. But what's so interesting about Robert Maxwell is it's pretty well documented that he was Mossad, that he was potentially working with other intelligence agencies. He is probably the guy that stole nuclear secrets from the United States of America and sold them to Israel. And then the craziest part of it all, do you guys know the name McGraw-Hill? The textbooks that we all learned from in high school and elementary school?
Yeah, I knew it sounded familiar.
Yeah, yes. Guess who owned McGraw-Hill?
He did.
Robert Maxwell. So the man who is $400 million in debt because he was stealing from his company's pension funds to fund his lifestyle, the man who is blackmailing Israel, that stole nuclear secrets from the United States to feed to Israel, that man owned McGraw-Hill textbooks, and that is our education. That is what we grew up. That's how we learned.
That's wild.
In school. Is that not crazy?
That's crazy.
Insane.
But it's wild.
But there's your clearest tie to
and you did a lot of research.
I did. I told you I kind of feel like a little bit like a loser. I've been diving in. I've been going through the documents, but
I mean, this is probably the one. This might be the most historic thing that's ever happened in human history.
No, I agree.
I
think this is very important work. These are very important conversations.
Yeah. Do we? I feel like we have to talk about it. I don't know, but Donald Trump, it seems like he's been absolved of anything. Is that a consensus? Because I looked up Trump in the files. There's 10,000 different mentions of him. I think they said almost all of them are just people talking about him and not kind of incriminating him of anything. I'd like to clear Big Don's name officially on the pod if we could.
I have bad news, Blaze. I don't know if we're going to be able to do that. I don't think we're going to be able to do that. There are a lot of claims in the files that date back to some of the earliest claims involve his name, like dating back to the 80s. So I have to tell you, I'm not ready to clear the name.
All right, we're not clearing him yet.
Did you guys
Erica Kirk?
Go ahead, Blaze.
What? I was just making a joke if Erica Kirk popped up in the emails at all, but
I didn't look. And Dan, my name pops up in the files, but it's not me. I promise. I swear. I swear that's not me. All right, we are going to look at that in a second. Blaze, you said you want to go to the whoop section. I also want to go to the whoop section. There's some interesting things in the whoop section of my document. And
Dan,
yes,
are you
guys.
familiar with the whoops?
I am not.
All right, Dan, here we go. We're going to
All
go
right.
through line by line. All right. So this is the whoop section. So
Wait,
these
let's
are
see.
just-
Wait, well, Dan, what do you think whoops means? It means something.
This is like an acronym for something.
We'll give them some context.
I want to say an acronym. No, it's not an acronym.
It's a repeating phrase that Epstein continues to use. It's interesting. So, okay. So this is an email from 2017. I don't want to read this fully out loud, but we'll show it. Turns out Ornella was abused when she was 18. Anna just told me today. Jeffrey Epstein responds, whoops. Disgusting. Disgusting. Jeffrey Epstein on June 6th of 2012, he emails Jean-Luc Brunel. If you don't know that name, that's another guy heavily involved in this. He was a recruiter for Victoria's Secret, Abercrombie, a couple of those other companies that Lex Wexner owned and ran. And it's part of how they were trafficking young girls into this. So he emails Jean-Luc Brunel in 2012. Subject, he deserves it. Whoops. I don't know what that means. Who's he talking about? What happened? All right, this is the one that's very interesting. Okay, so this is an email chain from 2014. Somebody who's been redacted emails Epstein. I give you permission to kill him. He is apparently with redacted. He lied to you and he lied to me. Jeffrey Epstein responds, whoops. This unnamed person says, no one will lie to you and get away with it from me. No one. Whoops is correct. Who the hell are they talking about? And who is he emailing?
Yeah,
and why is the name redacted?
Right. They well, I mean, luckily, like someone read these emails. They know who is who, but why can't we know?
Yeah. Why
All right,
can't
last one. Last one. Somebody got an email from Jeffrey Epstein in 2013, and he says Sultan, who shows up in these files all over the place, by the way, this Sultan guy. Sultan's mother-in-law died today. Sultan's mother-in-law died today in Colombia. Whoops.
Yeah. I think whoops is maybe referring to a person. Is whoop somebody? Like a killer, a hitman. And they're confirming, I guess, it was whoops.
See, and I was along the lines of maybe they had something to do with something that happened and they're responding whoops like being pricks. But that's an interesting theory. That is an interesting
whoops
theory.
might be somebody. That's a BV original theory.
By the way, Ty is not on this podcast because he's scared to talk about this.
He's scared. He apparently needs a job and is scared to get doxxed.
He does not want to get doxxed. But okay, Dan, can we draw some lines? Is there some correlation? Is some weird stuff going on with the whoops section of the page?
Yeah, I mean, I definitely think Blaze, both of you kind of are on the right track there in regards to, I mean, it really just seems like they're literally calling out what they did and then just acknowledging what they did with whoops. It's exactly what it seemed like to me. Like, hey, we just did this. Maybe their code name, whatever, code word was whoops.
Yeah.
Like, oh, didn't mean for it to happen.
Like maybe that's his signature thing. He kills somebody. It's like, whoops, it was an accident. He makes it look like it's an accident. So it's just whoops.
That's what I'm thinking too.
A chilling name.
That's what I'm thinking too. All right, we're gonna keep it moving. I have, and I kind of have hijacked this with my sheet, but there's so much on here that I have to show you guys. There's so much that I've come across. Okay, this is something that Epstein had in his possession. Okay, so he did not write this, but he had this in his possession. It was confiscated by the FBI, and it was turned into this digital document that is on the Epstein Files. Let me take you to it. Why? What does this mean? Why does he have this in his
Illuminati
possessions?
families.
Illuminati families and their associates from 2008.
Whoa.
All of these bloodlines. Let's go through some of these. The Kennedy bloodline.
Adam, we are
Rockefeller
DuPont
bloodline,
disciples also.
the Rothschild bloodline. We are DuPont disciples on this podcast, by the way. The DuPont bloodline, the Disney bloodline, the McDonald bloodline. I don't even know what this is, but why does Epstein have this? Why did they take this from
House
Epstein?
Rothschilds. What's the biggest secret book?
The Illuminati formula to create an undetectable total mind control slave.
What? Big thanks to Narika.
Shout out
That's
to
a wild one.
Narika, man. Can we locate Narika and get her on the podcast? What
She
is
put the
this?
Word doc
Wait, was
together.
that the girl? Was that who I was talking about earlier?
No.
No, that's Nadia.
Correct.
Nadia Marcinko.
Yes.
Okay.
But I just want to know, what is this document? I mean, and then it goes into the Trilateral Commission, the North American Group, 2008. It's got the names of every person that's a member of this group, and then that's it on the document. And then it's got like, and then I don't know, it's a blog post, and this guy has some other blogs talking about a bunch of crazy stuff. But why did Epstein have this? It's very interesting to me.
So this is
It's very
just
weird.
some guy's thing that he made up.
Some guy created this. It's a blog post that some guy created that Epstein had in his files.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, that's a weird one. Bundy, Collins, DuPont, Freeman, Kennedy. Yeah.
So I don't know if you guys agree. How did this is actually let's have some fun for a second and just chat. How did you guys first get introduced to the Illuminati? I want to know if it's the same way for all three of us.
Dan, you want to answer at the same time?
I'm trying to think back. It was a young age, so I'm trying to think back. You can go first.
The first time I remember thinking there's something weird going on was Bohemian Grove, and Dan showed me that.
Yeah, that's probably
Like,
up
but I
there,
always
too.
heard, like, you always heard about the Illuminati, but it was kind of like a joke. But then when we kind of learned about Bohemian Grove, and then there's all like the rappers, Jay-Z's in the Illuminati and Kanye, and then you kind of were like jokingly about it. But Bohemian Grove was the first time I'm like, well, this is strange.
Okay. So I think I'm showing my age here. I thought everyone was going to say, and if you're in the chat, I would actually love to know this. I got introduced to the Illuminati at about probably the age of 10 or 11 on YouTube. There was this viral video about Kobe, LeBron, Jay-Z, Kanye, how everyone was a member of Illuminati and they would send their signals.
Beyonce,
like before Beyonce, yeah. Like, every time they would perform, they'd throw this up, and NBA players would throw this up.
They
and
do
LeBron before every game would throw that up. And that's how I got introduced. And then the older I got, I realized like, this is probably stupid. It's not real. And then in the last week, I'm realizing as you go through the files, like, holy shit, it might be real. It might actually exist.
Yeah, but we were looking at the wrong
this higher
people.
society. Yeah, but yeah, I am with you. I don't actually think Kobe and LeBron were necessarily a part of it. But it is
Right.
it is wild. I don't have the Illuminati section of my sheet filled out much yet, but there's a lot of work to be done there. There are a lot of references to Illuminati, New World Order, things of that sort in the files. And you guys can go search. You guys can go search those for yourselves. Go to the DOJ website and just plug in those terms. But yeah, I was curious if you guys saw the same video that I did as a kid, because I feel like that exact video got everybody hooked on the Illuminati.
Yeah, I wonder. Well, like QAnon, stuff like that. Like, you can get into these rabbit holes, but now officially this was like case closed. This is the Illuminati. Like, this is the Illuminati list. You can't get higher than these people.
Okay. Really quick,
Oh.
QAnon. Did you guys see the QAnon links in the Epstein Files? I don't have them on my sheet, but have you seen anything here?
No.
Do you know what I'm about to say? Okay.
No.
There are some emails, and I feel bad. I should have had these. If I'm going to talk, if I'm like, I feel like if I'm going to talk about this stuff, I need to show the proof, but just, you're going to have to trust me on this one, because I've read them. I don't have them linked on the sheet. There are emails where Jeffrey Epstein, before QAnon is even a thing, talking with people, referencing QAnon, referencing this movement that they're going to start. There's a chance that QAnon was started literally by like the CIA or Mossad or one of these intelligence agencies. There's a very real possibility of that.
Just keep creating division between the United States people. I mean, the more division, the more power the people in power get to keep and have, because all of a sudden, crisis.
They do. There's a lot of things. There's so many levels. Okay. When we're ready to switch gears, I have one thing I want to talk about.
Okay, really
Sorry,
quick.
it
I
just
want
popped in my
to
head
make
again.
a point.
Yep.
I want to make a point, and this is just a personal point. You guys can agree or disagree, but I think before we get to what you're saying, Blaze, the biggest thing that I think needs to be taken away from everything that's been dropped, we also need to understand that, guys, less than half of the Epstein files have been released. Like, if this is what they're allowing us to see, what else exists?
Yeah.
What are
I was
they
thinking
keeping?
that earlier. I'm like, there has to be people that are like, well, dude, they haven't brought us up yet. And remember what we like? There has to be some worse things that they're like, I don't know. That
100%.
Some things aren't not everything's being told.
We have less than half of the Epstein files available to us. And my thing is, what has been big, I've been preaching this for so long, and I hope that people see this, because our country is so divided, right? The left, the right, everybody hates each other. We focus so much on the left versus the right that we sometimes forget it isn't, at the end of the day, it doesn't really come down to left versus right. It is the people in control versus the civilians and everybody else. And the longer they can keep us divided and fighting amongst each other, the less time we have to look up and fight back up against what's really happening behind the scenes. And so I hope that's what happens with all of this coming out and in the opening of eyes of what's really going on behind the scenes, that like the QAnon is a great example of that, right? There is evidence to point to.
Right.
QAnon is actually the government being deployed to divide the civilians. So people get so caught up in QAnon, they're not paying attention to what's really going on out there. And so I just hope that people can see the bigger picture in all of this.
Right.
All right, Blaze, switch gears for us.
Yeah. Well, I have two things. One thing that really flushes me is like, what's next? Like, is there going to be any action taken? I think Prince Andrews has been kind of banished, and the British have been like, yeah, he messed up. But like, who's going to get arrested, and who's, it's
Nobody.
like, you can't arrest all these people. So I think it's just like, oh, they got caught with their pants down. I think that's kind of what's going to be. You going to arrest Bill Gates?
You should. If there's evidence, I refuse to believe that there isn't, based on what we've seen, I just refuse to believe that there isn't enough evidence to make arrests, to press charges against some of these individuals.
100% enough. There's videos and pictures. Yeah.
1,000%. And the Department of Justice has already come out and said there will be no more arrests. They arrested Jeffrey Epstein. He killed himself. They arrested Ghislaine Maxwell. She's at some fancy country club type, prison in Texas. There's talk about her. There's talk about her getting a pardon at the end of Trump's term and being able to live the rest of her life. And there's going to be no more arrests made. And that is the biggest middle finger to the world.
Right.
But obviously the victims of this, there is enough evidence to make arrests,
Mhm.
and they're not going to on the basis of
Yeah.
who these people are, their wealth, the money, because this is who funds. These are the individuals that fund everything. These are the individuals that are paying the politicians.
Yeah.
These are the individuals that are working with the intelligence community. So, and that's what I meant by like a wake-up call, is it's very obvious what's going on. And I guess what do we do? How do we move forward?
Like, do you think when we voted in Donald Trump, was that like the first time that you think something was like, oh, that didn't kind of go our way? Just because of the reaction, how it was through the media, everything. I wonder if Donald Trump, because he was one of the elites before he became president, they're like, oh, he wasn't supposed to win. Now what? Okay, now he's out. Now Joe Biden's in. Oh, well, now he's gonna win. Maybe we should shoot him.
Dan, you take that one
Dan?
first.
It's
Awfully quiet.
no, I'm more of just listening, but that's it's a tough question to answer just because there's some stuff that, you know, a lot of people could say that him being elected has even caused even more division than before. So
Yeah, because they had to stir waters. It was like,
you're right.
What is he one of them? Obviously, he rolled with them, and then he turned his back on everybody, and they're like, "Oh shit, we're cooked now." Or is it like, "Hey, Donald, you should go run, and we'll make sure you win."
That's the
So
thing. How are
go
we gonna
ahead, Dan,
figure
and then
that
I'll give
out?
my opinion.
Go
No,
ahead.
yeah, it's just I mean, how are we gonna really figure out which, you know, who's actually for us and for the truth, or who's just continuing trying to enrich their friends and themselves? It's
Right.
that's the so I mean, you don't. It's gonna be hard to tell.
Yeah. So my opinion on this has changed wildly over the years, and especially lately. But my opinion on this is I used to think that, like, pretty much what you're saying, Blaze, that Trump was going to get elected, kind of potentially put a stop to this stuff. Let's get things right. You know, drain the swamp was the big talking point at one point in
Mm-hmm.
time. But then I just look at what has the United States of America done, especially in this second term, right? Like the things that we've done worldwide, what's gone on behind the scenes. Now these files come out. I'm not saying I'm all the way there, but I am just saying there are some things that make me realize, oof, did I maybe fall for some of the propaganda at one point in time that things were really going to change under Trump, and then they don't.
Right. I mean,
It's more of the same.
it's funny. It's funny now looking back at it, of what we thought were like weird, crazy conspiracies, and now it's like that's just. I'm going to transition in my next point I want to bring up, but like there were so many little things that we were like thought were conspiracies and funny. It's like, oh, I can't remember any of them, but now the biggest conspiracy we could have thought of is now the most truest, and that leads me into what is Alex Jones of the year? What's his hit rate right now? I mean, he's batting like 90% right now. You know, like everything
He
he
is.
said has been true. Yeah.
And you're the Alex.
it's like,
You are the
well,
BBL Alex Jones of the year, the reigning
Alex-
champ, Blaze.
right. And I feel like I have to be the one that brings light to this, but I mean, his wildest thing was there's an island with pedophiles, and they're bringing. He's talked about it that they're bringing all these elites to this island, and they're doing what we all know they're doing. People are like, "What are you talking about?" Well, then Jeffrey Epstein gets arrested, and they're like, "Oh, maybe he was right, probably not." But now it's like he was right about every single thing. And what worries me is, I don't know if you guys saw what he said. What's today? Third, I think yesterday. What he said that's going to happen is that they're going to load trucks up with explosives and they're going to drive them to Mar-a-Lago and blow up the island. And so I know where Mar-a-Lago is. Mar-a-Lago is right over a bridge. It's like you go right over the bridge, and you can only go straight and left, and it curves around Mar-a-Lago. There's one road to it, and they're like, "What's stopping them from loading trucks up with bombs and just parking them all over?" And he goes, "They're going to do it there, or they're going to do it to Wisconsin." But Trump says he's not scared. I'm like, "Well, what are you talking about? This sounds crazy." But then I'm like, "Well, he's the same exact thing about Epstein's Island, and now it's true." So I thought something maybe to talk about.
I haven't heard about this. I'm very interested. I haven't heard about this
It
yet.
came out yesterday. That's why I'm the Alex Jones of the year. Someone's got to do research.
He keeps up on this stuff. I've not heard about that.
Are we gonna see yeah, but that I wasn't going to bring it up, but then I was thinking about it, and I'm like, he was right, and he's been right so many times. But he's right 5 years before it happens. So,
Yeah.
I don't know.
That is, well, let's watch the news. Pray that that does not happen. That sounds awful. I haven't seen that. I have not seen that. And to be honest, I haven't seen a lot of I would love to know. I need to look into this. I would love to know Alex Jones' opinion on all this stuff, because you're absolutely right, Blaze. He's been calling everything that's being talked about now. He was talking about 10 years ago, 15 years ago. He broke Bohemian Grove. He was right about that.
Bohemian Grove.
Guys, in 2001, July of 2001, Alex Jones on his show said that they, referring to the elites, are going to stage a terrorist attack in the United States using commercial airplanes, and they're going to pin it on Osama bin Laden. And then the exact thing happened. So yeah, it's kind of crazy.
About like the three biggest things: Bohemian Grove, 9/11, Jeffrey Epstein, and the island. Like it's crazy. Gay frogs.
And the gay frogs. You can't forget the gay frogs. He was spot on. Blaze knows about the gay frogs.
I don't mess around with frogs. Not in that sense. But it's crazy that it's just that he's right, and I don't think he's getting enough credit. Like, he's kind of like your crazy grandma. And it's like, well, your crazy grandma's telling the truth. You know.
Yeah.
So,
well, that's why BBL created an award in his name, because and Blaze, that's why you won it, because you educate yourself on this stuff, you keep up on it, and you do a great job talking about it. So, yeah, that's crazy. I think I can't speak on it too much, what you're saying, because I haven't seen anything about it yet. But I certainly hope he's wrong about the situation you just described.
Yeah. Well, it's one road. I've been there. One other thing. Actually, someone else can go. I got some little tidbits.
No, we've been going for like an hour and a half. We're gonna wrap this up soon. So if you guys have important things to talk about, fire away, and we'll try to knock out as much as we can and try to wrap this up like 10, 15 minutes.
Dan, you have any closing?
Something that I don't know if you guys had talked about this before, but I know Musk's name was in the files quite a bit. Is this something you guys touched on? No.
Yeah.
No, I would like to though.
No,
I would
not
like
really.
I would like to really quick. I'm not gonna pull it up. You guys are gonna have to trust me on this, but there is a email chain between Elon and Jeffrey Epstein. And Elon, I actually think this is just Elon's personality. Like, Elon might not be involved. I'm not ruling out that he is, right? Like, anyone and everyone is on the potential list of being involved in this. But there's an
Mom
email
Donnie's
chain.
mom.
I know that is a rabbit hole that we could spend a
That's
lot of
weird.
time on. It's super weird. There's a picture of Mom Donnie as a baby with Jeffrey Epstein, Bill Gates, Jeff Bezos. It's weird. But okay. There's an email chain. I don't know if you guys saw this, where Jeffrey Epstein sends an email to Elon and says, "Hey, there's a ton of UN ambassadors coming into town. We're having this big party. Like, we want you to come." And Elon's response is like, "I'm the leader of two."
I don't need to hang around with morons.
No, basically, he goes, "I run two super
Yeah.
important companies and I do lead product design and engineering on them. Going and meeting with UN folks sounds like a huge waste of time." Jeffrey Epstein responds, and I quote, "Do you think I'm retarded? There will be lots of women all under 25 and cute." So like Epstein's trying to get Elon to come to one of his creepy parties, and Elon's like, "Do you know who I am? Like, I run SpaceX and Tesla.
Right.
I'm not interested in that."
There was a lot of retarded wording emails. It was crazy how many times they said it. Did you see the emails? He's like, he emails somebody. He goes, "Send me that picture of when you look fat and retarded." That's like the only email he would send. So he says that word a lot.
And the guy just responds, "Let me see if I can find it." And that's the thing. I need to know who's on the other side of that email. Who is on the other side of that communication? Ty, I need some clarification here from Ty. Ty is asking, is Epstein being the tough job market? What do you mean? I need some clarification if I'm going to answer that question, Ty.
What did I say?
He said, let's put it back on stream. Is Epstein being the tough job market? What does that mean?
Yes, he is being. Blaming Epstein for the tough job market.
Dan, what is your opinion on Elon in the files?
I had just heard one where, and again, I don't have the email in front of me, but there was one where I think Elon was asking, well, when's going to be the craziest party of the week?
Yeah.
And I also thought it was weird that he immediately came out and said something after they released this new batch, kind of like saying how the email exchanges between him and Epstein were taken the wrong way. Like immediately he said something on Twitter about
Well, what are you supposed to say?
Well, I know, but it's true, but
yeah,
I don't know.
Well, Elon Musk is an alien, so he probably has the most benefit of actually being at the party, so he can figure it out.
Elon Musk might be the guy, might be Martin Nowak from the future that was talking to Epstein about the time travel, and Epstein and Elon traveled to the future.
From the book.
It's crazy. Okay, I have some clarification.
It is crazy.
Ty is saying, is Epstein behind the tough job market? Should Ty be blaming him? Yes. 100%.
Yes. And bring that up in job interviews.
Yes. We would recommend if you get it, if there's an interview question about like, oh, what have you been doing? You know, why haven't you found a job yet? Jeffrey Epstein.
Bring up Jeffrey Epstein. Yep.
That's all you should tell the recruiter.
You don't land a job as one of the best box salesmen in the country without bringing up Jeffrey Epstein.
Oh, all right.
All right. Well, do we have any closing statements? We're supposed to get a call from Anthony Newman, but it must not be coming in.
Anthony did not come through for us tonight.
He was on the files. Anthony's name got thrown around a lot.
Showed up 48 times in the files. No, this was, I thought this was a good conversation. I hope if you guys have been with us for the entire hour 40, shout out to you guys. Thank you so much to the chat. We've had a decent amount of people in here all night. So thank you guys. I just hope this was informative for people. I tried to pull factual things. We went through my sheet. There was some time travel stuff in there that was interesting. There was some background, some stories, or the Bill Gates stuff. The Pizzagate stuff is wild to me. I know we started that. I one of the things that I want to dive deeper on, and I would love to understand better, and I don't think I ever will, but what the hell does pizza and a grape soda mean? I mean, why is that being referenced so much
Right.
in and out of these emails? But no,
Maybe we'll do
I think
a part 2 food-based. Food-based part
yes.
2.
So that is what I was going to say is I think that this is I think we do this again next week. I think there's enough here for us to dive in and do a second episode on this next week.
Oh, you hit 0.01% of the topics.
Oh, yeah, there is so much more that we can dive into. But here's what I want to do. I want to end on a good night or on a good note. This was a depressing conversation, obviously a depressing thing to talk about and come to grips with, that this is a real thing that happens on Earth. So we're going to end on a good night, on a good note. I keep saying good night. We're going to end on a good note. And just really quick, we are going to talk. Do we think the Pistons make a massive swing move at the deadline, or was today it? Do we go get that player that puts us over the hump and puts us in the conversation that the Pistons can win the NBA Finals this year? Prediction.
Well, I think that we're already in the conversation. My fear would be I don't want to mess up chemistry with the guys because this team is the same team that won 13 games or whatever it was. And so they've all, I mean, except for Duncan, but Isaiah, Cade, Jaden, who's gone, Jalen, Ron Holland, Asar. These are all the guys who got beat up at 13 and whatever, and now they're at this point. I don't think so that chemistry. Asar's the best player in the NBA. Cade Cunningham runs the court. Ron Holland, like everyone's flowing so perfectly. I don't want to mess it up. So I don't want anything else to happen.
Dan, do they make a big swing?
I'm under the impression of, especially when I have my fantasy football team, I pick with the squad that I start with at the beginning of the year. Unless there is an injury on the field, I think they stick with what they got.
All right. I am going to say they also don't make any other moves, but I would like them to make a move. If I was choosing, I would like them to make a move. And I think I don't think they're going to make another move, but it would make sense to me. The trade they made today to get Kevin Huerter, to get Dario Saric, and to get draft capital, it doesn't make sense on surface. So I wonder if they're gathering assets to be able to trade for a bigger name. So I think I won't be shocked if they do, but if you forced me to bet on it, I don't think they make they make a big trade. So, and Virgos real quick says if today was it, he'll be angry. Teams around us are getting better. Harden, Vucevic are both Piston slayers. It's a great point. I mean, and that's something you got to keep in mind, right? What is the rest of the East doing? While we were on here, I don't know if you guys know this. While we were on here talking Epstein, the Cavs traded for James Harden. So James Harden is a Cav with Donovan Mitchell. There is competition
James Harden
in the East. There's competition in the East. James Harden doesn't scare me, but I would like to see more out of the Pistons. No. If they don't, I still will be pumped headed in the playoffs. They've got a squad, but you need another star. You need a Robin next to Cade. Let Cade be Batman. Find the Robin, and then you got a real team that can make a run at the NBA Finals. But Dan.
Duncan's a good role player, and I like Duncan a lot. I just like the team. I get scared. You see NBA teams that add superstars and they get worse. Like when it what was
I
that
agree.
Team? They had like 3 superstars.
There's been a lot of them. I mean, there's been a lot of teams that make big swings and they miss. Yeah. And like, if you were to tell me,
because the
Pistons
superstars
can give up
getting the ball,
right? If the Pistons have to give up all their young talent to like go get a Giannis, yeah, I'm not for that. I've said it for years on the podcast. I would love Lauri Markkanen a stretch 4. He shoots the 3 at about a 40% clip. I mean, he would be so perfect on this team. So if you got to trade some pieces and some draft capital, go get him.
Can shoot though. Duncan Robinson's got to shoot that.
Yeah, but Lauri Markkanen would be an absolute game changer for the Pistons team. But all right, this was a great conversation. This was just the scratching the surface. We're gonna do more of these. We're gonna dive in. We're gonna do more research. Sharbs, can't appreciate
blew on the
you
surface
enough. Blaze, as always, Big Mac, you're still in the lead to win Alex Jones of the Year again for BBL. We're gonna do more of these. We'll be back.
Yep.
Probably next week. So if you guys listen tonight, we appreciate it.
Yeah.